and welcome to the Awesome Blossom Knits podcast. This is episode 4 and my name is Lauren. I'm coming to you from Iwakuni, Japan, and thank you so much for joining me today. I will put all of my contact information for Instagram, Ravelry, and Etsy in the description box below. And let's go ahead and get started with finished projects. So the first finished project I have to share today is this colorwork beanie. The pattern is the Snowflakes Slouchy Beanie by Julie Paz, and I used KnitPicks Wool of the Andes Sport in the haze heather and the sprinkle heather. Sprinkle is the darker purple and the haze heather is the lighter purple. I showed this on my first episode and I wasn't sure if I was ever going to finish it because I was running out of yarn, but I ended up buying some more because I was making an order from KnitPicks anyway, so I just got another ball of the purple that I needed to finish it and went ahead and finished this. So this is my first colorwork project and I'm pretty happy with it. It's not perfect, but blocking really did help even out the stitches on the colorwork. I can't remember what all I said about it when I showed it the first time around, so I might be repeating myself, but when I started the colorwork at the bottom here, I was trying to hold the yarn one color in each hand. And normally I knit continental, so I hold the yarn in my left hand, but I was trying to do one in each and it wasn't going that well, I guess. It was hard for me to get the tension right. So I switched to just holding both colors in my left hand, and that worked a lot better for me. So I think it improved a lot as I went. The border on the top and the bottom are actually, the chart is the same, but I think you can tell like they look visibly different. The one at the top looks better. So, and I decided to put a pom-pom on it, and I used this Rover pom-pom maker. I'm not sure I think this is the extra large, but yeah, so the hat ended up not fitting me. It fits on my head, but it's not slouchy like it's supposed to be, and it's kind of more snug than I want it. It fits my 7-year-old better than it fits me, so I'm actually going to send this to a friend for her daughter rather than keeping it. And that's entirely my fault. It's not the pattern. There's nothing wrong with the pattern. It's written for worsted weight and I was using a sport weight yarn, so I just kind of made it up. I cast on more stitches and didn't do a gauge swatch or anything, so that's why the sizing came out not quite right. But really happy with that anyway. My second finished project are these socks. So this is the Prairie Socks pattern by K. Jones. Let's see if I can. Yep. Prairie Socks by K. Jones. The yarn is KnitWise fibers in her 75/25 merino nylon sock base, and the colorway is called Refreshmint. Yep. So I did finish these in time to enter them in the Legacy Fiber Arts Fancy Feet Cal. So I did that. And let's see, what else can we say about them? They were knit cuff down, and I did a fish lips kiss heel. And then I do a rounded wedge toe. The one that I use is the one that Mina Phillip has in all of her sock patterns. I really like that one. So yeah, I love them. I think they turned out really nice. Okay, so I have 2 works in progress to share today. The first one is going to be my cardigan. This is the Péridot cardigan by Tricot Designs MCL on Ravelry. Let's see. I think I've shown this on every episode so far. This blue marker here is where I was at last time I recorded. So I've got a couple inches done. I finished both the Snowflake Beanie and my Prairie Socks last week. So for this week, this is mostly what I've been knitting on, at least when I'm at home. I feel like I've put a lot of time into it, but it's, you know, going real slow. I'm probably not going to show this every episode from now on. I will just show it when I feel like I've made a significant amount of progress, because I think it's getting kind of repetitive to just keep showing it. It's like 2 inches longer every time. But I do like it. I think it'll be done in plenty of time for fall, so that's good. My other work in progress is these socks that I'm knitting for my husband. So this is the Vanilla Latte Socks pattern by Virginia Rose Jeans, and I love it. The yarn is Patons Kroy in the Mean Green Stripes colorway, and I decided I'm going to do an afterthought heel on these, so that's where I'm going to put the heel. The markers on the front are where I did increases. So normally when I knit socks, I usually do a fish lips kiss heel, and I do a couple of increases before I get to the heel, and then decrease the stitches back out afterwards because it seems to fit better, gives a little extra room on the instep. I'm not entirely sure if that's necessary for an afterthought heel. I've only done a couple afterthought heels, but I was originally planning to do a fish lips kiss heel on these as well, and then I just didn't feel like knitting a heel, so I did do my increases and decreases like normal, so that's what the markers are here for, so I can make the second sock match. What else? Yeah, these are so overall these are 64 stitches, and I did 2 increase rounds, so increased up to 68 stitches across the instep. And I'm knitting these ones on size 1.5 needles, so 2.5 millimeter. And I just love this pattern. Let's see. That garter rib is so cool. So yay! It's been raining here a lot. This is apparently the rainy season. So until middle to end of July, it's just gonna rain all the time. So we've spent a bit of time at the bowling alley trying to get out of the rain the last few weeks. So that's mostly, this is my kind of travel knitting, or when I'm not at home knitting. So that's all my current works in progress. I do have a project plan that I'm hoping to cast on maybe today or tomorrow, and that is going to be the June socks, which I have a picture of here. This is a pattern by Jen Emerson that I'm really excited to knit. It's a really pretty cable pattern. And I'm going to be using my own hand-dyed yarn for this one. So I'm going to use the hibiscus colorway as the main color, and the gray for heels, toes, and cuffs. And I'm really excited to get started on that. This is in my BFL sock base, so 75% superwash BFL, 25% nylon. And that, I think, is all my knitting content this week. I do have a few skeins of yarn that I've dyed the last couple weeks that I wanted to share with you. So these two I think look really nice together. This one is called Orange Cream, and it gets a little blown out, I think. It's not quite that light. It's a light orange, but it's not quite as light as it's showing on the screen. And this one is Pink Grapefruit. It's kind of an orangey, pinkish color. I really like it. And these are both solid, semi-solid colors. I'm trying to develop a good line of solids in my shop because I really like knitting textured socks and I like semi-solid colors for that. It's also good to have to pair with the more crazy speckled colorways. So yeah, speaking of crazy speckled colorways, I also dyed this one, which I named Rainy Day, and it's a gray base with a bunch of different blue speckles. All three of those were on my merino nylon sock base. And then I have one more colorway that I dyed on BFL. And this one I have not named yet, but it's this pretty like Barbie pink with some darker pink speckles and some charcoal gray. And this one's kind of lightly speckled. There's just, you know, a little bit of speckling here and there. Yeah, I really like it. Okay, so that's it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I hope you have a great week. Bye!